Hi everyone, welcome back to Live Darts. We are here in Sindelfingen for the European Tour, and Corey's come over and we've got Mac as well. So it'll be a great time to get you down and actually speak to you together, because it doesn't happen very often and everyone always wants to hear from Mac, and you're Mr. Popular on social media, you don't even realise it. First of all, Corey, welcome to Europe. I know you're only here watching. What's it been like to experience what a Euro Tour's like?
Yeah, it's been absolutely amazing. Big thanks to Mac to actually get me over here to experience it. Unfortunately, I had the experience without actually throwing darts, which is always a killer. But it makes me more eager to put in some more hard work.
So Barnsley this week to qualify for the next bunch.
Certainly.
So you've been over here for about a month. I wonder how you're adjusting to life in the UK, and are you enjoying it?
Yeah, it's just business at the end of the day. Miss home, but it's what you make it.
Obviously as well, Mac, we spoke at length when Cory was stuck on the other side of the world, because obviously we love the lad and obviously he's part of the stable. What's it now like to have him over here as well?
Oh, it's fantastic. He now lives in Birmingham, so he lives 15 minutes from my house. I get to see him every single day. But when he actually came over, again, the Home Office made a mistake with his visa and gave him like a week to get to England, and we'd already booked flights, so we had to change everything. So a good friend, Stephen Passetti, who obviously everyone knows, he always comes with us and everything, picked him up, looked after him for a couple of weeks. Done a great job, so thanks to Steve for that, because he reckons we don't thank him enough. So yeah, we appreciate that, but it's fantastic to have him here, and it's a great part of the team. Obviously he just fits in, everyone loves him. We all love our little princess, don't we?
For the pair of you, what was it like when he was stuck on the other side of the bus? I know you spoke daily as the thing. Obviously, you come over here to start with and you set the dying world alight, and then it was banished, like you couldn't play. So what was it like for you trying to communicate to Cory, look, just keep your cool and stuff like that?
Honestly, Phil, right, honestly, and I know he won't mind me saying, he was suffering a lot, Cory was. He was suffering with depression, he didn't know where he was going and things. So we didn't rush things. We could have, but we didn't rush things. We took everything easy. I spoke to him, like you said, every day on FaceTime. There was no need to rush things. He was going to miss certain events that he was in, he wasn't going to get them. So we said, we'll do it all properly, we'll make sure you're fine, we'll make sure your head's fine, everything's nice at home and everything, and then come over and sort it out. So that's what we did. So there was no rush, regardless of what people thought, what people think. And just because it happened that he came over in March, people started to say, oh, we had a year ban. No, we didn't have a year ban. It's all ridiculous. What everybody said on social media and on darts forums was absolutely ridiculous. Certain people know, we've both got called names, believe it or not, by certain people saying with this and with that, but we don't care. It's water off a duck's back. We knew what was going on, and that's all that mattered. The team knew what was going on because we kept them informed. But yeah, we spoke at length, and then obviously when he came over, he made a statement he was going to win tournaments in the first 3 tournaments, or he was going to return 9 data. But a lot of people didn't know that the DPA brought a new rule in, which was a fair rule, that PDC players can't play on the DPA anymore, because Cory went over, obviously won the first 6 out of 6. And it don't really give the other boys much chance of winning. So they brought a rule in, a fair rule. But then for 10 months, Cory didn't actually play competitive darts at a high level. I think he entered 1 or maybe 2, well, there was 1 I know that you won, the $5,000 one.
Just a couple here and there.
So just a couple of tournaments. So for 10 months, he hasn't played competitive darts. And then made that statement. I'm sitting there, I'm going, oh, what you doing, what you doing? Oh, you know. But you know what, he won a youth tour, didn't he?
Technically, he has won a tournament within 3 months, so he's done what he said. It might not have been one of the ones he wanted to win, but still, a win's a win.
Phil, let me tell you, he's a winner in every tournament he wants to win. It doesn't matter whether it's from a youth tournament, from a local knockout in Birmingham, or a PDC title. He wants to win, trust me.
I know you and I had this conversation separately. I'll tell you what we said now. When you made that statement, I said and you agreed that there was always going to be some rust to your game. Now, having played competitive darts now for a month, how much rust has there been to your game, do you think?
Yeah, no, there's certainly been some rust. Obviously, you got to, if you want to believe you want to be a win, you got to say how it is, and that's exactly how I am, and exactly what I continue to do. You have your bad games, but you also have your good games, and yeah, it hasn't been really kind to me, but I'll dig in and dig deeper.
We've seen some glimpses of genius, like 11 dart leg to win a final leg. So it's there. Is it just a matter of homing those skills and getting back to where you were before you left?
Yeah, it's definitely there. I think it's just more my concentration, and actually have to work hard to progress. And just instead of thinking that it's going to happen, my speed that I'm actually throwing now, I'm throwing a lot quicker than what I did. But I think that's just a bit of my confidence, obviously on a low level. But it'll all happen and needs to hurry up.
From when you left to when you've come back, how much has the standard improved, do you think?
I think it's gone from here to another level, complete different level, which is always great to be in amongst obviously the levels. Darts can't be at a better place at the moment.
Again, one of my notes here is you're picking up regular money on your ranking. You're back into the top 64 now, because I know when we spoke at Target you just dropped out, but I know obviously you're not defending anything. Is that massively important to you? Obviously not now, but next year you're defending obviously quite a bit of money at the start of the year for your tour card. Does that play on your mind at all?
No, definitely not. It's a long time to here from now to there, and I'll be back in great shape, and I'll be looking to back it up, double it if that.
So obviously the match play is probably going a little bit too far out of your reach now. It's still mathematically possible if you can qualify for the 2 Euros, because we know your game's capable, but are you looking at things like the Slam, the Grand Prix and the European Championships before Ali Pali, or is Ali Pali all eyes on to make sure you're there?
To be honest, I'm just looking at eyes on the tournaments that are actually in front of me, as in the Pro Tours, for example. I'm just wanting to win as much as I can, and by winning, you get bonuses of being on the TV. So, wish me luck.
As well, practice and things like that. Are you on the board every day now, making sure you're in a good position?
Yeah, I have been putting in a lot of time actually on the board. I'm not a really big, massive practicer, but I have been putting in the time, because what you put in is what you get out.
We saw you went up to the Beloved North as well with Glenn, did a bit of a mini tour while Mac and that were away. How did all that go? Did you enjoy that, the exhibitions, the tournaments and everything like that?
It was absolutely amazing. Glenn's like a dad to me here. I'm his son that he never had. The Palmer was just great to get out and about and see what else is about here in England.
Obviously as well, from when you went, darts has evolved like Gerwyn Price, and obviously you were a big celebrator when you were back over here before. Has the gaffer had a word in your ear about behaving on stage and not falling foul? Because it's talked about so much on social media, like at the Premier League this week. We all know it was like storming a teacup, it was nothing, but social media lit up. So when you do get on that stage, are you going to tone it, or are you just going to be yourself?
I'm going to be myself. I can't wait to get amongst it.
So you versus Gerwyn Price next on the stage.
Yeah, can't wait.
I look at your face there, Max, an absolute picture. No, but obviously, as we know, social media, because I know you don't use your Twitter as much as you should, but this guy's a star. Everyone wants to see him play on these big stages, don't they?
Well, yeah, definitely. I mean, even here, like, he's came over, people want photographs with him, people are asking him, talking, what's happening, going on, you know what I mean? I think he needs to be part of this, he needs to be part of TV, because we know he's got the game for TV, we know he's got the game for European tournaments and everything. So yes, he definitely needs to be a part of it, and it's nice that you're saying a lot of people want him to be a part of it, because he's had so much, how can I put it, like, bad time, you know, and bad press.
Negative publicity.
Negative comments. That it's nice now. You know what? You know what's nice? People who meet him say, and everybody who meets him say, you know what? You're not as bad as what I thought you was. You're actually a nice kid. And like coming out here now, the fans absolutely love him. The German people love him. It's great.
I think that's dart players in general though, because you only see someone on that stage, and I'll say the same about Gazzy. Away from the stage, Gazzy's one of the nicest people I've spent time with away from darts, and the same as Cory. People just see what they want to see on that stage.
Of course.
So, the Premier League, the way the contenders has gone this year, just my own opinion, I think it's going to be hard for the PDC to go back on it, if I'm being honest, because it's been such a success from a fan's point of view and everything like that. If you were offered a contender spot this time next year, would you jump at it?
I'll take it in both hands. Definitely. Who don't want to play on the Premier League big stage? 2-1 stream, that's obviously after the Ali Pali, that's like everyone's next goal is the Premier League. Obviously you've got to perform and show that you're quality to get there. But like I said, it's a long time out, and yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Heading home for the World Series as well. Looking forward to taking to the stage, Brisbane, Melbourne, and is it Hamilton in
Yeah.
New Zealand?
What I'm mostly looking forward is just putting my feet back and being able to lay back on the plane, travelling.
Is it literally go home 3 weeks for the World Series and then coming straight back with the rest of the guys?
Yeah, definitely. It's basically a little bit of a holiday, but also work. It's just a benefit that the work's based back home, which is great. Got to be eyed down and bum up.
Are you braced for the UK winters? Because it's not like winter back at home.
Nah, to be honest, I prefer to be cold because if you're warm, you can't cool yourself down, but you can warm yourself up when you're cold.
Phil, just remember, at the moment, his biggest achievements in the PDC. Where? Minehead.
Yeah.
What was the weather like? You know what I mean? So he's a polar bear, really.
Mac, Corey, it's an absolute pleasure to sit down with you as always. Thanks for taking time out to join us here at Live Darts. Pleasure as always, guys.
Cheers,
Thank
Phil.
you very
Thanks,
much.
mate.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, big man.
Thank you.
Take it.